no weight shift, all my weight's forward, pretty much a one-leg swing. We can't hit the ball far doing this, can we? All right, so the wind's into our face today, not getting much on the carry side of things. This is my 8-iron. It's saying 97.8 miles per hour club head speed and a very straight shot. Now, a lot of people would say you can't do jack squat with your weight forward. It's not athletic. What even is that? I just swung it almost 100 miles an hour with an 8-iron without shifting an ounce of weight. What does this mean about creating power in the golf swing? This whole idea of weight shift. Why are so many people passionate about weight shift when it's a much harder way to hit the golf ball? I could sit here with all my weight forward, swing the shoulders, long it. Oh, the radar didn't get that. That was crisp. Long it. .98 miles an hour again. This is just an 8-iron. Somehow in history, the idea of shifting and swinging in a straight line became the concept of power. But this concept is why the average golfer shoots 95 or higher. That's why many golfers fall into the spectrum of 30 handicap. It's because they're so focused on what is tried and true in the golf world, and that is the idea of weight shift. And just simply going here without a single ounce of weight shift, striping these shots, and swinging this 8-iron faster than many 30 handicappers can swing a driver. What is going on with the world? How did I hit the ball that far? How did I swing that fast without shifting my weight? I took away the idea of shift, and I entered into the world of rotation, because the golf swing is a circle. And since it is a circle, we create power by swinging the club in a circle, on a circle. There are no straight lines here. Because I'm tilted to the ball, I have this angle. I need to swing the club around my body. And the way I store power on a circle is I access power sources on that circle, which are my shoulders, which are my hips being pulled around by the shoulders. And when I do these two things, when I pull the shoulders around and I keep the hips turning, you'll see my physical body weight moves towards the target. So even though I just made that swing right there where I pretty much took out all my weight, I'm here, I'm on a peg leg. This sets me up for maximum rotation. Weight forward sets me up to load the most power possible. I can turn the most with my shoulders with the weight forward. I can turn the most with my hips with the weight most forward. Now, one of the best examples today is Chris Gotterup. Mind-blowing. One of the longest players on tour, and he has the most weight forward out of anybody. I see comments in the comment section from uninformed people. They're like, you can't hit the ball far with your weight forward. It's an unathletic move. And then I'm watching Chris Gotterup at the Myrtle Beach Classic, and I'm standing right behind him, and I'm seeing more weight forward than me. I'm seeing, I took the videos to prove it. I'm standing right behind him. And didn't matter, driver actually the most weight forward. He's got this 2-iron thing, this driving iron, he's going, you can see he's maximizing the turn of his hips. If you watch his trail leg, he's all about straightening it as much as possible. He even wrote about that in a Golf Digest article, straightening the trail leg to get more turn. Because he understands the power of creating speed on a circle instead of a straight line. And this is good news for you. It's busting the thing that has been causing golfers, costing them shots, costing them distance, causing them perhaps body injury because shifting and swaying restricts the body. It's good because rotational means I can control contact. So when I rotate, my head stays in place. This allows me to bust through all of the problems like, oh, I can't keep my arms straight. You can't keep your arms straight because you're not turning. If I start turning my shoulders and hips, the arm is allowed to stay straight. Notice how I say allowed, because it happens. It's a direct result of the rotation. So I'm not shifting. I'm not trying to load into my trail leg here. I'm not trying to push off the ground. I'm not trying to do anything that you're hearing out there. I'm just turning, and then I'm ripping the shoulders through the ball. So power and contact come from rotation. I'm gonna stay over the ball here. Let's wake this buddy up. So I focus on staying over the ball. I keep my head in place. I'll just swing my shoulders. And I'm swinging that thing darn tootin' fast. That one actually was, that was 101.3. A little bit of a push. That's nuts. And I don't feel like I'm really swinging that hard. I'm just swinging fast because of the power sources that I'm loading up here in my shoulders and hips. So on that one, I really loaded up my hips. I can maximize power by getting the most out of my hip turn, which gives me the most shoulder turn. And when I get to the top, what's my first move down? It's not this. It's not torquing the lower back and lower body by butt twisting. I am ripping my shoulders back through the ball as hard as I can do it. And it doesn't feel hard. It's just as fast as I can get this shoulder that way, keeping my weight forward. So let's load the hips maximum. I got maximum weight forward, maximum hip load. That one felt pretty darn good. 99.6. Beautiful little push draw. What? You can't do that. That breaks the laws of golf. That breaks the paradigm. And just so some of those people out there who believe I'm shifting weight, I'm not shifting any weight here. In fact, you can see my weight is so dang forward. If I'm gonna take a pole and stick it in the ground, my body weight, right? If I had a scale and you drew percentages on me right now, you'd say 50-50. Okay, now nudging my hips towards the target, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. Most of my weight is over here now. Look at all the little sliver it's not 100, almost 100-0. Almost everything's over here. And they say you can't create power doing that. You have to be able to do this. But I don't know, what's your definition of power and speed? I'd say that's a pretty darn fast 8-iron. So that's 50-50 right there. Push. Look at that. Look at all the weight that's in front of that leg. This should be illegal in the golf world. When I finish, that's 5% roughly. That was excessive weight forward. 98.3 on that shot. But you just can't do that, right? I'm not supposed to swing fast doing that. So I'm going 100, almost 100. I'm going 90-10, let's say. So it looks like there's just nothing there. The only weight is my leg. .7. This begs the question again, where does the speed come from? It's not coming from the ground. Hey, ground, do something. Let me ask the ground to create the speed. Now I want you to do something. Klaus, do it. Nothing's going on with the ground. I'm just using it. I'm just standing here, I'm swinging with my shoulders. That's where the speed is actually coming from. The hips and the shoulders. The more lower body action I put into this shot, the slower I will swing because it causes the club to go off path. When the club gets off path, it gets steepened down, I start having to introduce other elements like slowing down, or I have to break my back to get into some psycho position. This is an easier way to create speed, because I don't have to manipulate my body into positions that are unnatural. Once again, this inhuman position for golfers, nobody can fathom this. This is not athletic. Not athletic. 97.9. That sounds like your local classic rock station. Now, some will be quick to say, that's because you're using an iron. Like, there's gonna be this whole long list of excuses. Nobody wants to admit the most important truth in golf, and that is how weight forward is the most necessary element to playing great golf. Because I've got contact here, keeps me centered, and I've got definite speed, but you can't hit driver. You can't hit driver. I'm going to do the most wrong thing in the history of golf, and that is placing the most weight forward with my driver. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Don't let them see this. It's not athletic. There's no speed in weight forward. You can't hit the ball far with weight forward. Okay. Okay. Let's ask Chris Goddard. Now I'm just gonna do this. Forgot to aim on that one. All right, so it's a little right because I was aimed a little right. This driver speed is 116.1. And I didn't really feel like I was working that hard. And I had all my weight on the front side. That's wrong. That's wrong. You shouldn't be able to do that. But you can. This is crazy. The whole idea of power in the golf swing changes. The consistency and power now is allowed to happen. Let's aim a little bit more straight. Get a little excited. That one was 115. I launched it much higher. Okay, that's another problem. Like, people don't understand how high you can actually launch the ball with the weight forward too. 115 miles an hour, 114.9, 281 carry. Not working too hard. I hit that one much more solid than the other one. Angle of attack, I actually hit up 0.6 degrees. But I thought weight forward meant you hit down and low. Now that's weird. Oh, I thought you'd swing over the top with weight forward. Club path, 2.7 degrees into out to the right. That's a push draw. It's a standard shot, which you see on TV. Now I'm doing this from a relatively limited position. Like I'm not using my hips as much as I want. So what I'm going to do is start from a more standard position. And I'm going to now load the hips to load the shoulders. So this will be my stock setup. And that's another one, 116, 286.9 carry. That's not too bad.
Into the wind.
Into the wind, yeah. All right, so I hit that one a little bit too much draw. Weight forward does influence more of an into-out swing path. So I'm gonna focus on getting my shoulder, right shoulder, more through impact. That'll reduce the amount of into-out swing path. So I set the weight forward. I'm gonna try and load the hips and shoulders as much as possible and rip them as hard as I can through the ball. That's torched. 115.8 club speed, 290.3 carry. You see how high that ball is? And then it's into the wind, so it's curving a little bit too much left, but the path, 2.6 degrees to the right. So I'm swinging into out, 115.8, 290.3. I'd say that's a pretty awesome drive. I'm not out here trying to get mega bulked at the gym either. Just using the power sources that are built in my body. They're naturally occurring. And that was more my stock swing. And the faster I can rip that shoulder through, man, I can keep going with speed. Here we go again. Let's get lit. That's 115 miles per hour. Didn't hit it as solid, so 279.1 carry. But you know, there's another benefit to that too. I didn't hit it as solid. And I'm still long. So versus in the past when I used to shift, I'd hit it all over the face, a lot more distance issues, and then the shifting, well, I wasn't swinging nearly as fast as this. I'm gonna try another one where I really rip this as fast as I can. Load everything, hips, shoulders. Sometimes I get a little long with my backswing. That actually slows me down, so I can go shorter backswing. I can load my shoulders more with a shorter backswing and the hip turn. Oh, that's a beauty. That was actually the fastest one. 117.9. I never have swung this fast before today. This is the fastest I've ever swung the club. 285 carry, 170.9 ball speed. That's pretty cool. And
into a 20 mile an hour wind.
Yeah, we're into a stiff, the cameraman says it's like a gust of 20 miles an hour sometimes, so. What am I doing? I'm optimizing the power of swinging this on a circle. All the misconception about weight forward. And it's unfounded, it's based in nothing. It's rooted on straw. This, I have shown you today that I can set all my weight forward, swing a driver, almost 118 miles an hour. We got close, 117.9. Oh, it's not athletic. Considering that's above tour average, I'd say that's pretty good. I'm gonna try for 120, but I don't know, I've never gotten there. Let's try. As much hip turn as possible, as much shoulder turn without breaking down my backswing. It's 118.1. I busted 117.9. It wasn't as solid, but I definitely am breaking some personal barriers here, which I used to swing my driver on a good day like 113, 112, 113. So I've added 5 miles per hour by adding more weight forward and getting the right shoulder through the ball more. So I've been able to swing the shoulders a lot faster. And I'm gonna add in a little bit more of my secret sauce. Keep the shoulders moving. I need to accelerate the shoulders more. So how do I do that? I can't use the lower body as much. I can't turn my hips early. I've got to rip this leg back, Scheffler it. So let's really rip it. Look, when I finish, I'm not turning it out, I'm really keeping this back. Oh, this is it, almost it, we almost did it. 119.3. I added another 1 mile per hour, ripping that back. 292 carry, beautiful shot. You can actually see, this is my foot. My foot rips back so much and digs into the ground and does this so much that it digs a hole to China. I'll have a number 7 sesame chicken, please. This is not weight, it's ripping. I'm not throwing the hips, I'm not butt twisting, I'm swinging the shoulders faster by delaying the hips and ripping them back. And I added another mile per hour. That's the fastest I've ever swung a club. And it doesn't feel like nearly as much effort. What does that mean for golf? It means the paradigm of weight shift is a waste of time. It doesn't need to be done. It's costing you crisp shots. You could hit it so much more crispy without shifting. It's costing you 30 or 40 yards. You just saw me add, we started at, I had a range of 115.1 or maybe 114.9, all the way up to 119.3. without swinging harder, just working on swinging the shoulders faster. And how do I do that? I work on the power of a circle. That right there, this information is going to scare a lot of people. That's good, because this is the stuff that's going to break golfers free of the bondage, the being in the desert. All the nonsense. You can't do this, you can't do wait for it, you can't. You can. It's easier. It's easier on your body, it's more speed, it's more fun because I'm hitting it better. These shots are in the fairway. I really want that 120. Come on. Come on. Rip it. Rip the shoulder through. Rip the shoulder through. I didn't rip the leg back enough, but there it is digging out of the ground again. That was a paltry 117.7. Still faster than my fastest before. Still in the fairway. I feel like one of those bulls. You want the speed? Come on, baby. Show me some bacon. That's going a long way. There's a 117.9 again, 292 carry. I don't know, I'll get to 120 someday, but I'm not really working out enough to do that. All right, if you want an easier way to play golf, weight forward's the way to go. You avoid the variables of mixed contact, you allow yourself to create more power, and you free your body up to turn so you can play longer with less effort. If you're looking for a way to learn this type of swing, check out my online golf school, SagutoGolf. It shows you a structured, step-by-step way to get all these power sources into your swing. If you want to get an easy start on that, I got a free mini course, go.saguto.golf. Top 3 keys you need to be a great ball striker. It's all about accessing the power of rotation in the golf swing. This is the fastest way to swing the club because it's rooted in laws. It's the easiest, fastest way. Shifting ain't gonna get you there.